Previously on Anything Goes.
N-words, so double N-words. Yeah.
Is there actually, I want to ask you, because is there anything that actually offends Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah, it's like, well, you know, this is funny. I'll get offended by certain things, but not others. And it's like, I remember when they were talking about Mel Gibson and all the trouble.
Yeah.
So they said, you know, he attacked the Jews. He wants to kill his wife and bury her in the rose garden. And after all that was described, I went, what did he say about the Jews? Yeah. It's like, so you pick out.
Yeah. What you want to be offended at, of course. Yeah.
Well, it's just like, I figure, if you make a joke about AIDS or the tsunami, you'll be attacked. You'll be lynched. But if you go out on stage or on TV or at a party and you wear a little ribbon or flag on your lapel and point to it, then people go, oh, this guy's wonderful.
Yeah. He's against cancer, not the comic making fun of cancer. That guy's for cancer.
Yes.
That one, that short guy, he's for AIDS.
Yeah, that other guy, he was always promoting cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what if Mel Gibson had said all that stuff while doing a guest set at the Improv on a Saturday?
I
think all the comics in the back would be, that's, oh man, Mel.
And now, let's get to a new exciting show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for some laughs? Are you?
From an undisclosed location obeying all their court orders, this is Anything Goes with Darren Frost.
How the fuck am I funny?
Dave Martin.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
And Kathleen McGee.
And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
Can you dig it?
I'll give you a Phil Collins update.
Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Barely.
Barely.
He when he does his concerts, he sits down. He walks with a cane. He's got all these back problems from all the drumming and stuff over the years. So yeah.
Have you been watching The Masked Singer?
No.
I have not. I know of it. I haven't watched it though.
I'm ashamed that's a show. I'm like, that's like a joke show. Like Saturday Night Live would have done a sketch about a show like that.
Yes.
Like 10 years ago, and now that's a show.
It's hugely, seriously popular though in America right now, and like it's ridiculous because like the hosts are way over the top, like just lame. But there's like this one character that people are saying is Tina Turner, and everyone's like, Tina Turner lives in Switzerland and she's 89 years old. She's not running around on platforms.
89.
It's so funny.
89.
Yeah, like it's the most ridiculous. Like you'd think it was that we would get more creative, but I think that the world is moving towards that movie Idiocracy, where it's just like it's just getting dumber and dumber and dumber, and it's just like they're not even like they're using D-level celebrities because the D-level celebrities are mad that they were using real people in American Idol.
Yeah.
And they want to work. So like it's like most of the people they get, I guess Mickey Rourke was one, and he was too hot in the costume on stage.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, I'm taking it off.
Oh.
I thought you were trying to say that he was too sexy, as in too hot.
I think he was high, but he self-eliminated, and it was this huge drama. It was pretty funny.
Well, you know, I mean,
if you would have told me 20 years ago there was a TV show where people just lip sync, not sing like at least The Masked Singer, they sing, but a show where people fucking lip sync the songs, and that show to me was just like, what the fuck is going on?
I can't believe it. Well, I guess karaoke championship would be American Idol, right?
yeah,
like
that's basically American Idol, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess that.
Once
that
again,
was
at least they sing. Okay, that's a level of talent. Lip syncing, like I don't know if you ever seen the Mike Tyson episode where he lip syncs "Push It" by Salt and Pepper. Yeah, you gotta.
Oh yeah, the one with Chrissy Teigen and LL Cool.
Yes.
Some of those are really good though.
They're well put together, but I'm saying 20 years ago, if you would have said to me that there was a TV show of just people lip syncing songs, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. but you never know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just a money thing. It's just like they've run out of ideas, or they just think that like, oh, well, everyday people love this, so we'll just throw this on. Everybody lip syncs. You know?
Well, no, there can't be that much to produce because it's not like they have like high level celebrities that they have to pay.
Right.
Like it's like people that are very excited to be asked to do anything are on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but they announced today who the next big guest is going to be for Saturday Night Live. Did you see the trailer that's going around today?
No.
So it's a trailer of someone getting their face kind of constructed to be Joe Biden, and it turns out to be Jim Carrey's hosting.
Oh.
I heard he was going to play Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
This Saturday, it's him and Maya Rudolph is coming back, I guess, to play the vice president.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Well, but Jim Carrey is not going to become a cast member. He's just
No, but it'll be like when people come back and do him all election long. And the election's almost over.
Right.
And I think he might be hosting the week. So if he's hosting the week, that's why they're introducing him as Biden. But that's almost something I don't watch SNL anymore. I haven't watched it in 10 or 15 years. I'm not saying it's not a good show. It's just not my bag. But that would be an episode I'd watch.
Right. Well, no, I was going to say, like, when Eddie Murphy did the host of Saturday Night Live, that was one of the last times I can remember where I was, like, actually at a party and then people went to another room and turned on the TV to watch that. I mean, it was like a big deal. It like, oh, wow, I can't believe he's doing it. And that was so funny. It's sort of like, it's like everyone was upset that Eddie Murphy didn't do any of his old characters when they had the Saturday Night Live anniversary show. And then he did all of his old characters when he hosted Saturday Night Live, and then people were still mad at that.
Because there's no pleasing anyone.
Anything new.
Because everyone, you can't make anybody happy nowadays. It's just like, do your thing and piss off whoever you're going to piss off and make people like you, but nobody's going to love everything you do. It's not going to happen.
Hi, this is Bob Scratch Goldfarb. I was really big in the 80s. You're listening to Anything Goes with Darren, Dave, Kathleen on XM Radio's Laugh Attack.
Do you want to go over this list, Dave, or what?
Well, I thought it was something. Kathleen, do you have a copy of that list of
Yeah, I looked at it, and I've done everything but 3 things.
Oh, okay. I need to take another look at it.
Okay, so let's go through. This is a list of. You have to give yourself a point for each thing you haven't done. Okay. You haven't done.
Okay.
That you haven't done. Okay. Yes. Well, then I only got 3 points.
Right. So we'll do 1 to 10 and see how long it takes, and maybe we may have to break it up. But the first thing is skip school. So I'm assuming you have done that.
Yeah, of course.
I never skipped school.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Except for only one time, and that was the last day of my final year, where they all kind of go, "You're going to go to class, right?" Yeah, okay, sure. And of course, nobody goes. But I never skipped a class ever.
Oh my God.
Were you worried about getting caught or?
No, not really. It's like, to me, it was like, it wasn't really worth it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of friends in high school. I think if I had a lot of friends and we were all going to go do fucked up shit, I'd probably skip all the time. But I didn't have that many friends.
You didn't need friends to skip?
I think you always felt like I never really skipped school. I don't know if I ever actually did.
What?
Think about it, yeah. I mean, I think there were like days where you didn't like, you don't have to come to class that day, and so I think there was like days where the teacher would say, "Oh, you don't have to come," or just
wink, wink, nudge, nudge, yeah.
Yeah, just drop off your project or whatever. But I always felt like you needed a reason to skip school, and I never really felt like if everyone was going somewhere and it was going to be a party or something like that, maybe then I would. But I don't think, and also I didn't have much friends in high school either, and not like friends that sort of like. That actually, I mean, I had a couple people, but I mean, it wasn't really like, there was never some crazy outing that we would all go and do when we skipped. So it's just
Okay, so that's
really worth it for much.
So that's a point each for me and Dave. But so Kathleen, what did you skip all the time?
I skipped a lot. Like I would go to the office in junior high and call time, like that number that would be time.
Yeah.
On the other end. And I'd pretend I was talking to my mom, and I'm like, okay, I'll go home if you think I should go home. Sorry, my dogs are attacking each other.
Okay.
And I would, I skipped then. I would skip in the afternoon, like, because I went to a Catholic high school. If there was like a liturgy, I would leave. I wouldn't go to church.
Well, I mean, if you skipped, they had to forgive you, right?
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah.
Hey, it's religion. You got to forgive everybody for everything they do.
Right.
Oh, I just remembered this. A couple of times I would go to class and pretend that I was sick if it was near the end of the day, and then I would run off and do something, and I would maybe meet up and go and party it up and stuff.
That's skipping school. That's skipping school.
And you know what I would always do? I would take
Dave.
Huh?
All right, I'm taking that point off you.
Yeah, you don't get a point.
That's considered skipping school?
Yes.
Yes.
If you skip school, you don't go to class, you're skipping it.
But okay, so what I would do is I would take like 1 or 2 grains of salt and I would put it into my eye and then I would have, and it really burns, and then I would just tell the teacher I had pink eye, and then the teacher would go, "Oh, that's contagious. You better get out of here." And so I was just like, "All right, see you later." And then the redness in your eye would just go away after like an hour or something like that.
But then you got pink eye 5 times in high school? Does that?
Oh, I got it a lot. Yeah.
Your teachers were like, "Stop farting on your pillow."
Yeah.
Well, you know what's weird? You know how many? It was years before I actually found out what pink eye was. Pink eye is just literally like fart and feces that get into your eye.
Yes.
And I don't know. I never asked what it was. And then when I was faking it all the time, I thought, oh, that might kind of look weird when people look back on it and go like, wow, man, that guy got a lot of shit in his eyes. He comes from one of those weird poor families that has to ration their toilet paper. But
that's why you didn't have very many friends in high school. They were worried you were going to fart in their eye.
Yeah. Pink eye Dave. Ooh.
Yeah.
PED.
Fart eye Martin.
Wow.
Well, they knew I was faking it, so they knew. The teachers, they must have told stories in the break room.
Now, you said about not knowing what pink eye is. At that time, when I was in high school, I didn't know what dandruff was, okay? I thought dandruff was like lice, like adult lice.
Right.
I didn't realize it was just dry skin. And it's just, you just use a different shampoo. I literally thought it was bugs because the commercials, they tried to fucking scare you. You don't want to get dandruff. You'll be shunned. I remember being a teenager going, oh my God, if I get dandruff, I got bugs in my head. And then I was 21 when someone was like, no, you fucking idiot. It's just dry skin. Yeah. And then I think I probably looked it up or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. But literally for 15, 20 years, I thought dandruff was fucking bugs.
Well, I remember the dandruff commercials, for Head and Shoulders. It would sound like dandruff was really, really scary, And
yes.
And also, do you notice that I remember for a couple, every detergent was all about ring around the collar.
Right.
Ring around the collar isn't even a thing anymore.
Right.
It's completely pointless, but it's just, it was like.
Remember when Ali Sheedy made her dandruff snow in breakfast?
Yes, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Yeah.
It turned you on, Dave. I know it did.
I'm thinking about it now. It sure did. Yeah. You would have done lines of her dandruff.
So the next one, number 2, is broken a bone.
I broke my big toe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom hit me once, and she broke her finger. So, which I always think was
wow.
Yeah.
You broke your leg.
Huh?
You've had a broken leg.
Oh yeah, no, I've broken my ankle twice on this foot, once on this foot, and then it got broken in 2 places. Actually, 2 places at the same time on this one. Fractured 4 bones in my foot, 1 collarbone, and this arm once.
Wow.
And how many of those times were you sober when you broke those things?
Even when I broke my first ankle at 11, I was completely shit-faced. No, that was the one where I jumped on. And ironically, I jumped off of a trampoline onto the ground, and that's how I broke it.
Fuck.
And then, but my parents convinced that I just twisted my ankle.
Right.
So I tried to walk on it for like 2 days, and then they finally took me to the hospital. And my dad got tired of yelling "pussy" at me, so then they just took me to the hospital.
I have a similar story. So I broke my leg, and I was 11 years old in my friend's backyard. We were playing soccer. I pushed the ball away, and he kicked my leg with such force. It like broke my leg. I fell to the ground. I couldn't walk on it. He called me a pussy. Very similar. I remember crawling through his backyard, and his backyard you had to go to the basement, so you had to go down the concrete steps to get into the house. So I crawled down the steps. I crawled through his house. His dad was like, "Come on, you got to get up. You got to go home. You got to walk home." I crawled out of the house. I was crawling down the street. The guy's dad comes up in a car, picks me up, puts me in the car, takes me home. This is true. My parents, for 24 hours, don't take me to the hospital. They think I'm faking it. And at the time, my 70-year-old grandmother would throw me on her back like fucking Yoda in Star Wars and take me up and down the steps. Finally, after the third time we were doing that, my parents like, "Okay, we'll take you to the hospital." But they were like, "You better not be lying. It's a big deal, you know." And then they go, I get an x-ray, and I'll never forget the look on my parents' face when they came back through. Because it's like my leg was shattered. Like, broken. Like, no way I could walk on it. Not even possible. And then the next year, at the end of summer, I was playing soccer, and a ball hit me right in the same spot and broke my leg again. So, but that time, of course, my parents rushed me to the hospital. Now, here's the thing. When you break your leg in the same place that quickly, your leg is fucked for the rest of your life, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, for 2 years, I started school with a leg cast on. So anyone I meet from public school thought I broke my leg like 8 times because their only memories every day on the first day of school, I had a broken leg. So I'm still getting people going, "Did you break your leg like 4 years in a row?" I'm like, "No, it was just twice." "Yeah, but every year you'd come and," but oh yeah. So I broke a bone.
Oh my God! So I broke a bone.
How did you break your toe?
I was playing soccer barefoot in my grandma and grandpa's backyard, and my brother and I kicked the ball with my toe instead of the side of your foot like you're supposed to, and my brother was kicking it at the same time, and my toe literally went back. Like I saw it go back, and then I was more upset that I wasn't going to get a cast.
Oh.
Right.
I wanted a cast for people to sign. Like if I have to bring a bone, I want people to sign my cast.
Sure.
I know that's and a cast like that big too. You can get like signatures on it. That was I've gotten my nose broken twice, and both times were from getting sucker punched. So
big surprise.
And were you sober?
No. For either one of those, no.
Right. I think every story we should ask at the end of the day, "Were you sober?"
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, all right. Well, oh, you know what? I am doing a sober October, Kathleen.
I know. I saw that. I was gonna drink some wine on this one. I could still go get a glass.
Okay. I'm not gonna start shaking or anything like that. Of just, oh my God, I can't believe. Please don't do that in front of me.
I just like
why are you doing it? Why are you doing it?
Sober October seems like a weird. Like,
well, I was thinking the other day, it was just like, I probably have not, I think since I was like, I'm in my late 40s now, and I probably haven't gone without alcohol for definitely 2 weeks, probably not a week, since I was maybe 20 or 22.
Right.
So that's a long time to devote. That's easily my longest relationship. So, so I just wanted to, I also want to see, and I always see those photos that like someone has like 30 days, like first day without alcohol, last day, and then 31 days. So I think I think also, what does it say about yourself if you can't do it? You know, that's something to be said as well. So,
yeah, but it should be like, it's something that dudes do now because Joe Rogan and all those guys did it once, and then they're like, we want to be like Bert Kreischer. And then everybody does it, and then everyone goes and gets blackout drunk on November 1st. I remember I quit drinking. I just moved my thing because my cats were fighting and I wanted to catch it. But
oh yeah.
I quit drinking because I had a mental breakdown. And I ended up not drinking for 45 days.
Okay. Was it on a calendar? Like, did you start in the first of a month?
No, I just started the day after I almost killed myself.
Time it better. November 1st.
Yeah. It could have been an early day of the month, but no, I quit drinking because I had to try to stop to see if I could do it. I think I did it. And now, I mean, like, I don't drink every day. When I lived in Toronto, I for sure was an alcoholic. It was just too easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, also just during the pandemic, I used to always pride myself that I only drank when I was like going out somewhere.
Right.
And so if I was going to a gig,
you're pretty social. I mean, you're a pretty social person. Like,
right.
You're a single guy. You live alone. So yeah, you want to go out every night to kind of be social. So it's a lot harder for someone like you to stop drinking, is what I mean. For me, family, I got responsibilities. I have to do a certain amount of things. It's easy for me not to do it. But if I was a single dude, I think it would be a bit harder.
I think the hardest part when I quit drinking, though, was that people would get mad at me.
Oh,
yeah.
That's another conversation, yeah.
Like Abbotsford, Yuck Yucks had just opened and it was still good. And I remember going there the first weekend I went there, and the owners were literally mad, like trying to force shots in me. And I was like, no, I'm not drinking for
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We'll wait a second, but
yeah.
I just think it's a challenge that I should try once, and I do say that doing something for that many years and then just trying to take a break from it's not a bad thing at all. So.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's just, to me, it's like Kathleen said. It's just weird how it's a calendar thing, and other guys are doing it, I think, for that other reason. I got no problem with someone stop drinking for a while. Whatever. It's
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Get healthy. That's fine.
But it's also something that I also think it's funny too that like the last time I went to a doctor, he actually literally told me that I have a fatty liver from drinking too much.
Right.
And
right.
so
Fatty.
What's weird.
Way to go, fatty.
Yeah. But that's I mean, and what did I do? Did I cut back on my drinking? No, I wrote about it. I wrote like a 5-minute joke about it. And that's all that I've been doing. I haven't actually tapered off at all, but I used to pride myself on not drinking at home and only going out to do it. But when I went out, I'd usually be driving, so I could only have one or two, and then I would be. So it's not like I would only sort of drink in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So
the problem is like you said, Kathleen. Now, when you want to stay sober, people get angry. Like if you go to you guys know I don't drink a lot. I say it all the time. But I go to a party and someone always offers me alcohol and I say no. And they're always like, oh, come on, have a beer. I'm like, no. Oh, come on. Like, it's like this social kind of, peer pressure. And sometimes I've actually said, hey, I'm AA, and
really?
then they're like, oh, okay. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Like all of a sudden now that's okay. But you wouldn't I just didn't want to drink that night, was not acceptable.
It's the same as people telling women, why aren't you having a baby? I just tell people I'm barren now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, see, sort of when I go to a party and there's a lot of pedophiles there, and then they say, hey, do you want to fuck a kid? And I'm like, no, I don't really fuck kids. And they're like, come on, fuck a kid.
You kid fucker. Come on, you kid fucker.
I said, that's, you know what? And I was peer pressured into it in the first place, and that was really got into it. So I know it's hard to sort of quit some things, but people are like that with cigarettes. People are like that with cigarettes too. I mean, that's that they associate you with drinking or smoking or kid fucking, and then they expect you, and you're like, oh, the burners in this. Yeah. I mean, who's it? Ron Jostle? Ron Jostle told me that because I guess him and Gavin Stevens used to have eating contests. And then Gavin started watching his weight. And then I remember it was like Ron Jostle was like, he was upset like a girlfriend had broken up with him. He was sort of like, I can't believe I lost my eating partner. Because I guess like him and Gavin would just literally like, no, we're going to 3 fucking quarter pounder with cheeses. Let's fucking pound
there's a story about Paul Meyerhog and Carrie Younger at a McDonald's or something. And they spent like $130 or something. And they ate it all in one sitting. Like it's I'll ask Paul for next week or whatever, but it's like some fucking disgusting story back when Paul was really big. I mean, not many people.
I didn't know
I
Paul
just
was a
took a
big
picture
guy.
with Paul, and Paul took us to McDonald's and spent $58
Yeah.
on cheeseburgers.
How do you do that?
You just order a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, yeah, I know that's how, but I would just run out of things to eat there.
Like if you saw Paul Meyerhawk's photo before, you'd be like, "That's not even the same dude."
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Okay.
And that's when they used to order these. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I mean, I've been on the road with some of these people that can pound, like Lawrence Morgensterns and the Larry Horowitzes, and the stories are horrible. How much they eat, and they like fucking pack a side bag to take home, so they don't have to pay for food at home, and steal toilet paper and all that shit. They're fucking man children.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
And that's why they're comedians.
That's right.
Because they can thrive in that environment.
I don't appreciate how McDonald's is sort of trying. I don't know if they're trying to sell more chicken sandwiches, but now they have like the 3 spicy McChickens that are out now, and they called it a challenge. So I just was like, that was sort of like, you don't have to challenge me. It's sort of like it was just funny. Like that's how like, oh, we can get people to eat more McChickens if we call it a challenge.
Well, if you knew how they made McChickens,
I don't.
Yeah, you wouldn't. It's the McChicken. Mm.
Well, that's why I'm so pissed off. I mean, you commented on this, Kathleen, that the McDonald's might stop doing their all-day breakfasts.
No, they will not. I will kill them. That article was an American article.
Okay.
It's not happening in Canada yet, but I will riot.
Okay. Did you get a tattoo or something?
Yes, I did.
Right. What does it say again?
It's just the date they started serving 24-hour breakfast in Canada.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody says, well, if they do end it, you can do it it can be like this to this, and they can do it.
Or you can put a big just put like big letters right across it that says "Never again." So,
R.I.P.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It's like the breakfasts were the one things at McDonald's that I was always reasonably confident eating. That's sort of like, that's an egg, that's bacon, that's this. But things like the McChickens are just all the chicken scraps that they don't use that are whizzed up into some big centrifuge and then smushed.
I work in a chicken factory, man. I know exactly how they're made.
Where they make the chickens?
Well, after they cut all the pieces off a chicken, the carcass, all the little tiny pieces that are hanging off, its cunt and its fucking thigh and everywhere, they go into a machine, it gets all sucked out, and that's made into a paste with a whole bunch of like spices. Then they freeze it, then they thaw it, and they pound fucking chicken burgers out of it. Then they cook them and they send them to fucking McDonald's.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Well, I mean, this is back in the 90s when I worked there.
Yeah, like when we most consume our McDonald's.
Yeah.
No, but my point is, like, I'm talking only the McChicken, not the chicken sandwiches when you can pull it apart and see white meat. I'm talking the McChicken. That is mechanically deboned meat. That's what it's called, MDM meat, mechanically deboned meat.
Well, yeah, that's anything that's in a patty, Even chicken fingers, because that's the same way they do chicken fingers.
Unless they stress white meat, then it might not be. But yeah, a lot of them, chicken nuggets and chicken fingers, it's definitely chicken nuggets. When you open it up and it just looks like all weird inside, that is mechanically deboned meat. You are eating chicken cunts.
Oh, they're delicious though.
They are. Honey garlic.
I'm a big connoisseur of chicken cunts.
Next time I go to McDonald's, I'm going to order 10 chicken cunts.
Extra spicy too.
That's how you get the kids. That's how you get the kids in the van for your kid fucking festival. Who wants some chicken cunts?
I'm not a part of that. I just don't like. I don't go to those parties anymore because I can't relate to them, and they get upset when I say that I'm not one of them.
I saw this video on Reddit of this girl who went through a drive-through with a facial on her face. Like it was her boyfriend just came on her face, and then she drove through with cum all over.
Oh, I thought you meant like a facial, like you go to.
No, like a sexual facial.
Like cum hanging off her face.
Yeah, and then the person was like, "Okay," like what? I don't even know. Like, I guess that might be someone's gets excited from that, but I think it's just more gross and rude.
Well, yeah. I mean, who are they trying to excite? The attendant at the.
Well, who knows? Maybe they think they're gonna be like, "Ooh, that's hot." You just walked in a car at a McDonald's.
It supposed to be like a viral video, but did you actually see like cum leave penis, land on face?
No, you just see her. She's got cum on her face.
I
And
started
they're
sounding
driving
like
through the drive-through. I bet you could find it again.
I started
That
sounding
is
like
weird.
a big Indian chief for a second.
And that's on Reddit?
Yeah, it's like on like one of the Reddit's like assholes or something.
Well, yeah. Like fucking yeah, well, there you go. Nothing on the internet surprises us anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trashy. I think it was under trashy. Trashy.
Trashy. Well,
because that is very trashy.
They lived up to that. Okay, let's do like 2 more questions. I think, do we have time for 2 more?
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait. I'm not reading this. You are listening to Anything Goes with Darren Frost, Dave Martin, and Kathleen McGee here on XM Radio's Laugh Attack.
Beautiful, thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, we've got the next one.
Okay, well, let's do 2 or 3. So
we'll go to 5. The next one is fired a gun.
I have
fired a gun.
Yes.
I fired a couple of guns. One at a gun range, 2 at different ones at a gun range. One I fired. I went on a cruise with my parents when I was like 14, and we did some skeet shooting off the side of the boat.
Oh, okay.
So I did that there, and then.
You're such a rich white kid.
Yeah.
You were skeet shooting off the cruise ship the other day in my Fred Perry shirt.
Yeah.
Well,
rich white kid from Toronto.
And then I didn't hit enough skeets, and my mom hit me and broke her finger.
Yeah, exactly. She was ashamed. I brought shame to the family with my shitty shooting.
You're going to grow up to be a bad person, Dave.
Okay, well, too bad. My parents had a little extra thrown around money because they didn't have more kids, and I didn't grow up with a brother or sister. So I don't know. Who wins in that situation?
I shot guns with Mike Stork.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Right. Well, I went to the Edmonton Mall with Kathleen, and I shot.
Oh yeah, we did that together. Yeah, that's where I shot them with Mike.
So I did that video with Mike McGregor.
Right.
It never got released. I know yours did, but where I shot like semi-automatic guns and handguns, and it was like shooting guns with comedians, like a takeoff of the Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never got released. Mine.
Oh, mine did, and I thought it was a really cool idea that he had.
Yeah.
But I've never got to shoot a machine gun, or like another like I don't think I've done a shot. I haven't done a shotgun or a machine gun. And next time I go to Vegas, I do want to go to a place where you can fire like an Uzi or military style gun and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's you, Dave. Yeah.
Just to feel that in my hand.
From a hotel room into a country festival.
No, just like a skeet shooting thing off a cruise with an AR-47.
Yeah.
AK-47.
I just reenact my high school reunion.
Yeah.
I wish.
Okay, number 4, done drugs.
Of course, I have.
Yeah. What
drugs I need to ask you, Dave? Like.
No, don't bother.
That one's too easy.
What?
Darren, have you done drugs?
I have never done drugs.
Not even like marijuana?
Nope.
I don't think Darren should. I think you're too old to start doing even like a pot edible. I think you would get like paranoid and start worrying about everything. I mean,
you're never too old for mushrooms.
What? No, I think Darren.
So that is the only drug that actually would interest me is mushrooms.
You said cocaine. You said you wanted to do cocaine once.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, not in a serious like. Can you get some way? We were at the beer festival once. We were hanging out by the beer tent, and I think we were talking about drugs, and then I think you said that you wouldn't mind trying it once, just because everyone is. No, you did. I wouldn't make.
Go ahead.
No, you said that you wanted to try it once because everyone has always accused you of doing it. Like people have seen you get off stage, and everyone will be like, "Oh, hey, do you want to do some coke with us? You must be fucked up."
Right.
And so I'm not saying that like you wanted to. But
Right.
you said you wouldn't mind
that is me in a joking way saying because so many people think I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, that I understand. But in reality, the only drug I've ever been interested in is mushrooms. Only the psychedelicness of it and everything. So for me, when I was young, my sister got fucked up with drugs, like bad drugs. So it kind of put the fear of God into me and like all that shit and like really bad stuff happened. So from a young age, it wasn't good. And then when I got old enough to want to do it, I just wasn't my thing. So I don't judge. I've hung out with people doing coke and drugs all the time.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, no problem. The only problem is when it gets too much. Then it's.
No, I mean, just when you said that to me, you just sort of said that in a. Well, I mean, maybe I would do this once just to see.
Like
what it's like.
Howard Dover wants me to do pot with him, and I said to him, if I ever do any drug, it will only be with you, Howard, before I do it with anyone else. So.
Why Howard?
Edible. Well, because I've known him for decades, and he was the pot guy for a long time in Toronto, and he's a big pot advocate, as you know.
Oh,
we should have him on the show, actually.
But yeah, I don't know. I would worry about you worrying about things that like.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you just get
too much time now. Too much time now.
Well, and there's also, I think also the older that you get and the more responsibilities you might or might not have, the more that you would worry about those. So I could see you go into a deep dark hole and just being like, I can't get out of this, or I mean, but unless you were with your up at like Johnny's cottage or something like that, where you'd have other people, and I mean, because you would get to a point where like, oh my God. Oh, I'm too fucked up. I'm gonna meet my kids again, and then this is gonna be fucked up. And I'm like, no, it's gonna wear off. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. But I think that's next time you go up to those cottages because they do.
Thanks, Dave. You talked me into it, Dave. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's gonna be my sitcom. That's gonna be my sitcom, my reality show. Darren gets high for the first time, and I don't come out alive. And at the end, it just rolls credits. Thanks, Dave.
Oh, it'll just be a brand new you. I would like to, that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Uncle Dave's taking care of my kids. That'll be good.
Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't. We'll start a band. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. The last time you had anything to do with my kid, you twisted him so much above your head he pissed on you. Remember that?
What?
What year was that?
It was like 6 years ago. You picked up my my middle child, and you're like, yeah, ha, 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 and you're like flipping him around, and then he pissed himself.
Oh well, then this is news to me because I don't remember.
And then you put him down, and he ran off. I just pissed myself.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
Dave, this is why you can't have children or babysit.
Dave's not good with kids.
No.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm good with kids. I've never played with one and been like afterwards like, oh, I want one of those. I'm like, oh, that's enough. You know, it's like a dog, right? I don't. If I wanted to get a dog, I'd get a retarded kid. So.
Wow.
My dog.
And I'm not insecure enough to need a dog, so.
So you have cats instead.
Yeah.
These guys don't give a shit about me. Only when
really tells you you're real secure, Dave.
Yeah.
Come here.
Even you don't want to live with something that loves you. That's why you get cats.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, Dave. Okay. And number 5 is
they love me enough.
Go ahead. What's that?
I'm curious at what drugs Kathleen has not done.
Okay.
Well, I don't need to talk about that.
Well, have you done heroin?
No, but I do have a joke in my act that like my end of the world plan is like have heroin close by, so when the world's ending, I can be high on heroin.
Oh, yeah. That I would do if I knew the world was ending. Yeah, fucking shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. If the world's gonna melt, I'm gonna melt with the world.
Yeah.
I might have an EpiPen of heroin on me, but yeah, that's.
Dave, have you ever tried heroin?
No, I've never tried heroin or opium or freebase or crack or.
Yeah, I've never done meth or crack or anything.
I think I've done meth once by accident, but.
Of course you have, Dave. Of course.
I was in. But
wait. Were you sober when you had this accident?
Yeah, and that's how I was like, this burns too much. I don't. This isn't the right. I don't think we bought some good stuff. Know that.
This burns too much.
Okay.
I might cut that part out. I might cut that out.
All right. Yeah. All right. You're the one who asked Kathleen, so we're gonna ask you.
Oh,
you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. No needles. Wait. And then no ketamine. I've never done that.
Well, I've never done that. I've done MDMA. I did a podcast with Adrian Fish, and we were both high on MDMA.
Oh, really? I've done ecstasy twice. I've only done ecstasy twice.
And how was the podcast? Did it make any sense? Did it make sense at the end, or was it just two people fucked up?
No, it's not. Like MDMA is just more like you're so happy.
Right.
We were stretching.
Okay.
It was fun. It was good. It was not. Right. Yeah, like I don't like drugs that make me feel scared.
Actually, Darren's something I'd like. Darren should do ecstasy once. Because I was so like the one time that I did it, it was like I was so overcome with like just joy and everything's great and everything's cool. And I remember I was waiting at a bar for a drink, and
if we get to episode 100, why don't we all just do ecstasy?
Sure.
Okay. On Zoom. How horrible would that be? Yeah. By the end of it, we're all naked and fucking putting things where they're not supposed to be. Yeah.
I'm putting peanut butter on my balls, and my dog's licking it. It's good. Good times.
Yeah, if you got a dog, at least.
Sure. So. Yeah. The cat wouldn't do it. That's why you live with cats, Dave.
Actually, that now,
if you had a dog, you'd have that dog trained.
I know that now. So.
Yeah.
But I remember I was at a bar and I was waiting for a beer and it was taking a long time. And I actually thought to myself, wow, normally you would be so pissed off right now that you're not getting your beer. But I had the most patience in the world. And I was just like, hey, man, it's cool. It's going to come to me when it's ready. All right. That's the only thing I'd like to see.
This sounds like a bit. This sounds like everybody should do that. There'd be no fighting. You know, everybody should back off.
The next day, you're just like, you feel like a piece of shit.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's the one thing. And put your phone away, because if you're on those sort of drugs, you'd be like, I don't need this, man.
Well, it's all glittery, too, and you can't look at your phone. It's too hard to focus.
Yeah. And money doesn't make any sense. So just like, come on, man. Just, yeah. I don't want to do it again, but it's fun.
All right. Well, let's do number 5, and then that's it. Number 5 is obviously, I think all of us are going to say yes, but been in a limo.
Yes.
Yep.
I like how I'm answering that like I'm asking if you've done heroin before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
has anybody ever had sex in a limo?
I want Kathleen to come back.
I came back. So yes, I have been in a limo.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever been involved in a sex act in a limo?
No.
Oh, really?
Dave?
No.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Were you sober?
I'm not a filthy slut like you, Dave.
Well, no, okay. Well, don't shame me. Don't shame me. I was born this way. Stop it.
Wow. Were you jacked off? Were you jacked off by Lady Gaga's music in the background? Were you born this way?
No, it was me and the limo driver. He was just out. We got a flat tire on the road on the way home, and he was just like, "Hey, CAA is going to be here in 20 minutes." I was like, "That sounds like an invite for a suck job." I'm
trying to decide if I want a limo for my wedding.
Leave your hat on. No, I got a blowjob in the back of a limousine.
Wow, rock star.
And then it was right after we went to the wine country, so I had a bit of a buzz on, but I'm not sloppy drunk or anything. I'm not even drunk at all.
Okay,
nicely buzzed.
I gave a blowjob in a Volkswagen once, a Beetle.
That's a limo to some people. That's
more impressive, I think, than a limo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, was it a vintage bug?
Yeah, it was like an old one.
Oh, nice.
Wow. It was with my first boyfriend. We got caught.
Oh.
By a police officer.
And did you get a ticket?
No, he's just like, get out of here.
Oh, okay. Well, where were you? In a parking lot or?
We were in a park in Edmonton that I didn't know closed at 11.
Right.
So right at 11, they come around and do a.
I thought maybe you were caught while driving, and he pulled you over, and you were still blowing the guy while the cop got out of his car and came up to the side of your car. And I thought, couldn't you take it? You could take it out of your mouth at that
no.
point. Getting pulled over by the cop. Well, man, you're a trooper.
Finish, yes.
Hey, I like to finish when I start.
That's right.
Start.
That's right.
We're gonna get the job done. Nothing's holding us back.
Yeah.
Take that to court, officer.
All right.
Yeah,
so we got
too classy for me. I've given a hand job at a Denny's.
That is not on the list, by the way. That is not on the list. So
I've finger banged on a Ferris wheel once.
the thing about the Denny's, we know it's a white guy because they don't let black people in there. So that's
They don't?
well, there's a history of the way they treat African Americans at Denny's.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not that good anyway. They don't want to go there.
No.
No. If it was Popeye's chicken, maybe then that would might.
Or Roscoe's in LA was good as well.
Oh yeah. Roscoe's. Oh yeah.
I thought I was digging myself a racist hole going down by saying Popeye's chicken, but
no.
Well, when I went to Roscoe's in LA, I was the only white person there.
Yeah,
I'm not
me
being
too.
racist. I'm just saying that it's a lot of black people go there. That's not racist.
And I bought a shirt. Amazing food. And I wore it in Vegas at the airport to pick up my wife. And 3 different people came up to me. We're all black, all going, are they opening Roscoe's here? Like they thought I went to the one in Vegas. Yeah. I'm like, no, this is LA. And they're like, oh, man.
You ruined their trip.
Yeah. No. They were like, they worked at the airport. They're like, they're locals.
Okay. Yeah.
They're like, oh, man, is there one coming here? I'm like, no, this is from LA. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, black people should be mad about.
That's a perfect time for your thing to cut out. Black people should be mad about, and it cuts out. They just be mad about. That's it. Mad about you, mad about things, mad about stuff.
Yeah, off the top of the show this week and last week on Anything Goes, black people should be mad about. Click.
There we go. So of the 5 right now, Kathleen has 0 points, Dave has 0 points, and I have 2 points. So we'll follow up next week. We'll do some more of these, and then we'll get a total by the end.
And then what happens? Does somebody win something?
An enormous amount of shame, maybe, I guess?